Good evening, Chairman Towns and fellow board members. Tram restrooms. The Tram restroom project was first awarded on May 18th of 2011 to NCA Enterprises. The contract price for that project was $108,000 to do the entire Tram restrooms at the Roosevelt Island Station. We issued a notice to proceed to the contractor in September of 2011. During the process of doing the work and the demolition, the Tram operator, like Napolna of America, had some design changes to the Tram restrooms. Basically, they wanted to install a small janitor's closet. The contractor were given those changes, and they came back with a change order price of about $41,000. And we felt that the price was just way out of line in terms of the project and the scope that was involved with the change order. We tried in good faith to negotiate with the contractor to come up with a reasonable price. Unfortunately, the contractors couldn't come back with a reasonable price. And coupled with other difficulties that they were having in other projects that they had here on the island, we felt it was in the best interest to terminate the contract for the restrooms with CNA Enterprises. Given the importance of having these restrooms in place, not only for the employees, but for the general ridership of the Tram, we decided to take upon the project internally with the engineering department and serve as the project managers and hire a contractor directly. We spoke with various contractors to come with a price and to do it within the remaining amount of money that was allocated to the project. After discussions with a few contractors, we wound up settling with Shaw Construction, who has done several projects here on the island, and is also, as you may recall, was awarded the contract to do the station renovations. Shaw Construction is a certified minority-owned business. They're very capable. They've been here on a number of projects, both large and small, and we feel very confident that they can. They're actually working now, but we feel very confident that they can complete the work in a timely fashion. In fact, we hope to have one bathroom in place by the end of this month and the second bathroom in place by mid-February. So I request that the board ratify the resolution to award, to ratify the contract to Shaw Construction for the completion of the Tram restrooms.
So we already authorized the expenditure. Now you're just asking us to approve the change in contractors?
Yes.
What's the scope of the work again? What did we vote for in May?
Sure. Basically, complete demolition of both bathrooms. The bathrooms were constructed when the Tram went into operation back in the late 70s. They're not ADA compliant. They are not what you would expect in a modern public bathroom. So the scope includes making it both ADA compliant and having the features that you would expect in a modern public bathroom. It's a very basic project, which is why we were taken aback by a $40,000 change order, which basically represents 40% increase in the project budget. We also, for your information, we looked at considering the second contractor that put in a bid back in April or May when we first opened the bids. But that contractor's price was $200,000. And again, it's a simple public bathroom. Toilet, sink, dryer, lights, and an ADA door with tiles and proper drainage. It's a very basic scope of work and a basic public bathroom.
What work has Shaw been doing down there for us?
They picked up where CNA left off.
No, not in the bathroom. You say they were already staged?
Yes, Shaw Construction has mobilized. They awarded the contract to do the station renovation. So they're in the process of getting all the materials that we need for the station enclosures, repairing the spalling concrete.
So they've already vetted it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The the board approved, I can't remember which board meeting, maybe it was September board meeting, to approve Sean Construction for the station renovations for both Manhattan and Roosevelt Island, which is why they already mobilized, they have the staff, so the economies of scale are there for the contractor, which is why they can do it within the budget without exceeding or asking the board for additional funds for the project.
Had they put in a bid originally for the bathrooms?
No, they did not. There were two bidders. One was CNA at $95,000, or I can't remember the exact bid, but I think it was about $95,000. And the second bidder was the Turo Contracting at $200,000.
But now they're willing to be involved with the bathrooms, is that it? You know, even though they didn't put in an original bid when it went out?
Right. Because of the sensitivity and the importance of the project, it's basically time of the essence, because there's been a need to have these bathrooms in place. And to go and rebid the whole project all over again would have added 2 or 3 months to the project. The project itself should have been completed by the end of November, the latest. And we were able to mobilize Sean Construction because they were already there on site. We talked to other contractors. We asked for their scope and also their fee. And Sean Construction agreed to do it within the project budget.
We've been discussing a more generalized refreshing of the stations. So this would fit in well with the overall concepts that we have, correct?
The restrooms?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. There'll be brand new restrooms, of course, fresh tiles. It will also have some of the things that some of the employees at the Tram have been asking for, the janitor's closet and certain basic functions that they need to operate the Tram and also employee facilities.
That brings me over, this is not exactly our topic, but regarding the tram station, the need for some sort of better sheltering in the very inclement weather that we have from time to time during the winter. Has there been any thought of some sort of temporary shelter until the renovations are more complete?
We've talked about that with the engineering department and with the contractor, Sean Construction, who's assigned the project to do the station enclosures. As you may recall, last winter we tried to do something like a tent for the stations, and it didn't work well. It wasn't stable enough. It provided shelter, but it wasn't stable enough to function during, let's say, heavy storm, heavy rainstorm, winds, and so on. It's just basically a temporary tent. What's really needed is to have a semi-permanent structure. But then there's cost involved with that. There's time that's involved with that, and so on. Because you want to be able to do it right. You don't want to create a liability. And we also have to take into consideration the ropes and the saddles and everything that's in there. So you're basically designing a shelter that's going to be functioning on a temporary basis, but they're also doing that same design work for a permanent structure. We understand the need to provide shelter for the passengers. What we've done for the employees is to get one of those security booths. There's one at each station for the employees. It functions. It's not ideal, but for the short term, it serves a purpose. And we also have heat.
Thank you. I'll call the question.
Moving in a second. Not moving in on.
I'm moving it.
Commissioner Jones, Ms. Anderson,
Aye.
Mr. Polovic,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,